So we've got Patrick Beverley weighing in on something that has followed Russell Westbrook for years, the idea that the media played a major role in damaging the way his career was perceived. And Beverley isn't only pointing toward one person. Skip Bayless is obviously part of the conversation, but there were also questions about how Russ handled interviews, how he dealt with reporters, and the constant Westbrook narrative that followed him around. Eventually, you could see the impact in other areas too. Westbrook's free agency market became much quieter. Teams were less willing to bring him back, and his role around the league started changing. He went from being a superstar centerpiece to accepting a bench role, something he ultimately embraced. His time in Denver showed that he could still contribute, and his stint with the Clippers had its own bright moments. So now we're going to hear exactly what Pat Bev had to say about the way Russ was covered. And it doesn't stop there, because Kenyon Martin also has something to say about today's sports media and the way the modern game is being discussed and reported.
Gotta give flowers. Shout out to Russ. Hell of a career. Hell of a father. Hell of a teammate. More than anything, hell of a person. Right? What he's done in this league will never be done again. Top three-point guard of all time, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But we ain't gonna act like the media, y'all ain't just, it's funny because I'm watching all, I wanted to wait because I'm watching all this and y'all want to give him his flowers now after he gone. Why y'all didn't give him his flowers when he was here? Y'all was calling them names and forcing the fan base to call them names, even when he was shooting 40% from the three. Now everybody want, oh, Russell. Nah, man, I don't like that. Keep that same energy, man. Yeah, so much to say about that man when he was playing, but now everybody want to give flowers. Keep that same negative energy, man. That shit ain't cool, man. Love, love, love.
Shout out to Russell Westbrook. Gone too early vibes. Legend. I think it all turned when he went to the Lakers and left. I think he had a cloud over his head that was dark. Teams didn't know if he was a team player. Teams didn't know if he was a good locker room guy. So I'm going to be honest. I felt like he had a lot of game left. I feel like he played really well last season. I think the media killed his game. I think the media is so strong that it allowed fans to call him names. It allowed fans to have opinions about his game, which also forced team owners, GMs, presidents to look at him a certain way. When you talk about guards that's in the NBA, and it's no disrespect to guys that's on current teams. We talk about Lonnie Walker, and there's no disrespect to Lonnie Walker. He's a good friend of mine. But if he can make an NBA team, Russell Westbrook can make an NBA team, without a doubt. You're talking about 20, 20, and 20. Cuz. Heavy on the dubs, heavy on the cuz, straight up.
Mr. Skip Bayless. Nah. Nope. At no point will I stand for any Russell Westbrook slander. I just watched your whole little spiel you did about Russ, and hard to get through. Hard to stomach and watch that. You said all that to say nothing, to say that you was a hater, which people already knew that. You said you didn't see Russell Westbrook's talent earlier because you're not Sam Presti. You're not a GM. Not qualified to evaluate that kind of talent at that level. There's a reason he didn't start as a freshman. There's a reason he started as a sophomore and played better. Freshmen normally come in, don't play a lot early. Some do, some don't. But first ballot Hall of Famer. Luckily, you don't have a vote. So we see would be biased. But no Russell Westbrook slander will be tolerated. When I was at your former employer, Fox, and your former colleague and coworker, Callan, tried to do the same thing. Didn't stand for it then, ain't gonna stand for it now. It's unfortunate that we're not in the same building anymore because I would have loved to debate this in person. No Russell Westbrook slander will be tolerated. I wouldn't pay my money to see too many people play basketball, but I would pay to see Russ play because of how he approaches the game. You giving these backhanded compliments with your statements, you can keep it. People don't, there's nothing positive coming out of your message, Skip. So we're not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to tolerate it. That man played the game of basketball the way it should be played. Every night he stepped on the floor and has done things in this league that no one else will do. So to say that in your Hall of Fame he's not that, you don't get a vote. So mute point. And everybody doesn't need a platform to hate on people all the time, man. Like, it's okay to give flowers. It's okay to recognize greatness without giving backhanded compliments. Yeah, no Russell Westbrook slander will be tolerated. Have a good day, Mr. Bayless.
So, unfortunately, I think we're living in an era where the most disrespectful and controversial takes are often the ones that get the biggest attention. You can say something positive about an athlete, give them credit, or acknowledge what they've accomplished, and chances are it won't generate nearly the same reaction. But say something outrageous about that same person, and suddenly everybody wants to talk about it. A lot of people are trying to build their personal brand, and controversy can be an easy shortcut. If you attach a negative label to somebody, create a nickname for them, or constantly criticize them, you can become associated with that athlete almost instantly. And here's the crazy part. Even when their fans are angry with you, they're still helping spread your content. They're calling you an idiot, arguing with you, reposting your clips, and all of that still pushes your name and your platform. For some people, protecting the integrity of sports journalism doesn't seem to be the priority. The priority is attention. If attacking you, me, or anyone else gets more clicks and keeps people watching, they'll keep doing it. And I think that's something you have to understand about today's media environment. Some of these personalities may not even genuinely believe everything they're saying. Sometimes there's money behind a particular narrative, and other times they're simply trying to grow their audience. The easiest way to separate yourself from everyone else is to make the most outrageous statement possible about someone who is respected or has already accomplished a lot. That's the game now. You can take one extreme opinion, turn it into a clip, and suddenly your channel or online community starts growing. The more controversial the take, the more attention it can attract. And honestly, I think that's exactly what we're seeing in